Today, we're going to make a collage inspired by artist Jasper. The artworks we're looking at by this artist have collage as their base, which means you have different pieces of paper or other found objects that are put together and glued. So today, we're going to work on our collage that's eventually going to turn into a flag painting similar to the artwork by artist Jasper. When we're thinking about our own collage, we're going to have a background, and the first thing we'll need to put is our own name on the back so we know whose artwork is whose, especially since today, by the end, all of them are going to look very similar. For what we're making our collage out of, I have these different music sheets that have some patriotic songs on them, like Yankee Doodle, the Star Spangled Banner, the music for Yankee Doodle. And some of these different music pages have also images that we can use as part of our collage. When we're starting out with a collage, I like to start out with large areas. You can either tear or cut. Sometimes I like the soft edge that tearing gives me. Or if you want to cut out a specific part, you can use scissors. When you're using scissors, we want to make sure we're holding them carefully and using them safely. Maybe I'll cut out half of this music right on this page. And we want to start by cutting several large pieces so we can cover the background first. So once I have several large pieces, then I'll be ready to think about gluing. I don't have the entire background covered yet, but I'm pretty close. With our glue stick, it's really important that we use our glue stick safely so that they'll last a long time for us. So whenever I am done with the glue stick, I always want to make sure I twist it down all the way. This glue stick is very new, so it's slightly above, but I only want to have a tiny bit of glue showing no matter what kind of glue stick I have. I'm going to start with the piece that's furthest in the back, and I'm going to secure glue around the edges. If extra glue gets on my paper, that's okay because it'll just help the next piece I have stick down. So while I'm attaching this one, I'm holding it on the paper. The glue is going to dry clear so we won't see it at the end. So I did probably, I would say, twice around the edges. The edges are the most important part to glue down because they're the part that curls up if it's not glued. Then I have to use my hands to help stick it. So I have to smooth all along the edge that I've glued. Otherwise it won't actually adhere. Glue works when you use smooth hands to push it together. I'm really sliding my finger along the edges till it's nice and flat. Then I'll find my next piece, putting it again on my paper so that I don't get glue on the table. My glue stick is barely showing, which is what we want. We want that nice flat surface. One second layer. Now that I have the second layer, even though it looks like blue over there, it's still got enough glue for this to work. Am I done if I just stick it down? No, because you can even see the shadow where the paper's curling up. I have to use smooth hands and press it down. This was my next piece. It's going to go right here, but I'm going to turn it while I put the glue on so I can keep my work area nice and neat. There we go, first layer, second layer, really getting the edge and the corners. If your glue starts to have extra, that's a sign that you might need to twist it down because it's actually up too far. Or you can carefully try to make sure it's staying where you want it to. It's a good idea right now to double check and make sure this side is the side with my name. If you accidentally glued over top of your name, rewrite your name on the back. It's okay that it's getting glue there because again, the glue dries clear. Once you've done at least one layer in the background, then we can look for other fun, small things to add to our collage. So while I'm done using the glue stick for now, I'm going to take it, I'm going to turn it so the glue goes down. My glue, because it's so new, again, is still sticking up a little bit, but I want to make sure there's no glue hanging over the edge before I close the cap tightly so our glue doesn't dry out. Then I might go back and look at one of my sample collage papers and choose some words that I think are meaningful to me. Maybe I'll choose certain lines from the Star Spangled Banner, and I'll cut out those specific lines. When I'm cutting, I'm trying to be careful so that other people can use the papers as well, so we don't create too much waste and we can be good for the environment. Maybe I'll cut out one of these rocket fireworks shapes, or even the title. If I want to cut out my detailed ones really well, I can think about what shape I'm cutting around them. Any little tiny paper scraps that aren't useful to other people, I want to put right in the trash so that they're not going to create a mess. Once I have some smaller details that I'm ready to add, again, I'll glue those down, trying to work neatly and carefully, and especially fill in any parts of the background that I might have missed before. So I'm focusing on the edges still, because the edges are the most important parts for gluing. And I'll put my firework up here. It's kind of fun, these two fireworks match a little bit. I can decide what way I want my words to be arranged. If it's falling out the sides, again, try to gently turn the glue stick so we can use it. It might mean it's pushed up too high, so try to twist it down. I might have some words that are vertical, some words that are sideways. You get to choose how you want it to look because it's your collage. Whenever you're done gluing, make sure you follow Ms. Beyerle's directions for cleaning up our areas. It's super important that we take good care of our art supplies. So again, I would twist the glue stick all the way down, close it very carefully, and then clean up my other materials, including throwing away scraps, putting away scissors, etc.